what is a day to life like for a head of asset management at a well-regarded PE shop? What is your day to day? How does someone like you that's at the top of in your profession, how do you go higher? Like what does that look like for you? Your day to day, and then your aspirations within your current role.
Yeah, look, I think the day to day for what we do now, again, it's still an incredible learning experience for me. The real estate markets are very challenged.
Yeah.
There's a lot of noise and disruption in the capital markets. There is a tremendous amount of pressure on any owners of office buildings all over the country. So trying to be creative, trying to be commercial, trying to be aggressive in terms of understanding, what we can do to best position those buildings to get them leased is a huge focus for us. I think we've looked at staffing and how we round out the team and what are the needs today versus what they might have been, in the past. It's very different. We have an internal head of marketing for the first time in my career. We have a national head of leasing that we never had before. Because the markets have changed, right? I mean, they're just very different, and the areas of focus and intensity are very different. And so I think it's been a very evolutionary process, going through COVID and then navigating your way out of it. And the reality is a lot of these tenant decision makers are still trying to figure that stuff out, right? I think they are trying to understand what's good for them, what's good for their employees. What does that translate into in terms of designed new office space? What kind of amenities do they want and need in office buildings to make that alternative look appealing to their tenancy? Again, we just launched or announced a massive, I think it was a 17-year lease, 550,000 feet with Bank of America in Jersey City. That is, I think, the biggest lease in Jersey City in the last decade.
Okay, do you realize how huge this is?
Congratulations. Clap it up, clap it up.
It's an asset lease in and of itself for the office markets. And again, I think what differentiated us, hopefully, was an ability to get right to the what was needed to get to in terms of not only economics, but, the entire holistic solution that we want to be able to deliver for the tenant and its employees. And I think kind of navigating COVID through an empathetic lens to understand the pain points that all of these tenants had to navigate. And then now, navigating through very choppy waters with accelerated and high interest rates, right? I mean, that puts a lot of strain on companies and their operating income, on margins, et cetera. So there's a lot of things that we're focused on. And we hired a head of really all of our debt work to navigate through all of these loan modifications that we're doing with all of the lenders that we have. And so those discussions are active and often. So I kind of laugh today because my job is not so much focused on the blocking and tackling. I don't have to get into the details of everything we do on leasing and management across a very large portfolio. I tend to focus today probably more on the issues and the problems, which can be incredibly stressful, right? And I think, for me, to be able to leverage and lean on people that we have in their roles that are very, very good in their jobs, so I don't have to second guess. I don't have to go do their job. They do it, and then I can just come in on an as-needed basis. I always laugh. I was at an annual meeting, and our co-CEO took me over to meet one of our biggest development partners, and I said, I'm really sorry that we haven't met yet, but the reality is I tend to focus on where the problems are.
Houston, we have a problem.
It's probably a good thing that we haven't met because there's no issues with the joint venture. We kind of both laughed about it, but I think that's kind of the reality of just where the markets are today and kind of where, senior management time is spent and needed. Then you layer in kind of managing through a team that might be on the younger side that hasn't had to go through very difficult markets like this, right? And the thing I love is a lot of them, the people that work with us, take their jobs really seriously, and that they get down when things don't work out, right? And so to me, at the end of the day, if you've done everything you can and you've tried, you've put forward your best effort and it just didn't work, so be it, right? Nobody can ever be upset about that.
Right.
So I think we try to get the basics right, just in terms of blocking and tackling.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of confidence that we do, right? And there's just a lot of focus, there's a lot of intensity. And again, we move in a lot of different people, right? I mean, we talk to the portfolio management team, we talk to our transactions colleagues. Like I said, we're heavily involved in the asset management, development, and construction of what we do. So there's a lot of different touch points about how we run the business today, which I think on the margin works pretty well for us.